Do you understand English perfectly? And maybe you've been watching Netflix in English and scrolling on Instagram and TikTok in English or YouTube, and you follow me in English. So why are you still stuck sounding basic? Here's the truth nobody tells you about intermediate English, B1, B2. Hey y'all, I am Ashley Roan from Paradigm English, and you are listening to the Living in English 365 podcast. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and like and subscribe and share this with someone because you know they need this episode. All right, so B1, B2, it's not a level. You're just in limbo. Yeah, in limbo. That's a nice phrase, isn't it? It's a holding pattern where English is good enough to survive, but not good enough to impress anyone, and not good enough to get you where you are trying to go, to that better job, to travel in the US, to have more sophisticated, better conversations. So today, I'm going to break down the real reasons you're stuck at this level and how to break out fast. And by fast, I mean in just 2 minutes a day fast. You ready? You better buckle up, Buttercup. We're getting into it. All right. I want you to hear me loud and clear. The real problem is not grammar. You don't need more grammar. Say it with me. I do not need more grammar. Yes, Ashley. Thank you. At the B1, B2 level, grammar is really probably not your issue at this point. Sounding natural is. That's the thing that bothers you the most. That's the thing that I hear the most. I want to sound better in English. I want to sound better. Okay, I hear that. So let me just explain a little bit more about this. These are people that are like translating in your head. You're pausing to think and it's driving you insane and making you feel bad about yourself, right? And so maybe your sentences are fine, but you feel like they're missing something, like they're flat. So you use these like long and boring safe phrases from textbooks, and you just feel like this isn't really helping me, but I feel like I'm doing something, so maybe it is, right? And you feel like you sound correct, but you just don't feel like you're correct. If this isn't, telling you about yourself, then this is not the podcast for you, friend. Keep listening, share it with somebody else, right? Maybe you'll learn something. So this is what's called a plateau. It's a plateau. I know it's kind of a weird word, and frankly, I don't think it's actually a word that originated from English, because most words don't, let's be honest. Right? This is literally what we attack. This is literally and if I can just put in a soft plug right here, this is literally what I do in the Kill Your Bad English Toolkit. I'm helping you replace this textbook English that you learned a long time ago with these tiny natural phrases so you can actually use it every day. And so you can actually build that confidence slowly. You don't have to do these giant things and you don't have to feel pressure. The next question you probably ask yourself, why am I stuck at this level? Great question. So glad that you asked. So glad you came today. Have a seat. There are 3 traps keeping you frozen. The first one, you are just like overdosing on what we as teachers call input. You're taking too much English in and letting no English out. You're trapping it. You're just consuming way too much English and you're not producing enough, friend. Okay, so basically you're just reading and you're listening to English all day. Okay, but that doesn't mean you know how to speak it. That doesn't mean that you speak, right? But you need to speak. And if you do speak, you're speaking for like a few seconds at a time. You see a word, you're like, what is that word? And you say it out loud. That's like 2 seconds. Absolutely not. You need to do more. Okay. The second part of that, safe words only. Okay. You're past the basic English. You need to go ahead and leave that back there. That was great for you back in the day. It's today. Safe words, leave them back there. You need to move away from the safe words like make and do and say and go and have and get. Okay, your English is like basic wallpaper. Nobody remembers wallpaper. That was kind of a weird analogy. It's fine. we're gonna roll with it. The third thing I would say is you are not building your speaking muscle enough. So basically, there's no daily repetition. And in my Kill Your Bad English Toolkit, right, that's what we're building. It is your daily fix. It's your daily fix. So you are, how to say this? You're basically learning something once and then you don't ever do it again. That's a problem. You aren't repeating anything. That's a second problem. You're not rehearsing. You're not building the muscle. Okay. If you've ever tried to exercise and you didn't get sore, I mean, maybe you need to exercise a little bit more. I'll say like a lot of teachers aren't going to tell you the solution just because it's too boring to do in class. Or if you're going to a language school, they're not going to tell you this because they want your money. I'll give you one strategy today, just one, so you'll actually go do it. If you want the full system, it's in the toolkit I told you about, so click the link below. Actually I had a student in Brazil who was using these phrases, and she actually got promoted and got a nice shout out from her job. So kudos to you, Maria. Kudos to you. That's one phrase, 2 minutes, and that's it. You're done. But I bet you'll do it more than 2 minutes. So let's think of a strategy you can use to get you out of this kind of intermediate zone. I'll call it like a daily micro speaking reps. You're not studying. You're not reading anything. This isn't a course. You're not watching a bunch of videos. Okay, literally, you're going to do this one thing. Take this phrase. You're going to use it in 3 real contexts today, and that's it. Okay? That's how you're going to get out of that plateau that you're in. So this is how you go from sounding okay in English to sounding dangerous in English. Dangerously good, that is. Let's do the phrase, fair enough. Yeah? Do you know that one? Okay, it's a good one. A lot of you probably know it, but you don't use it. And do you know how and when? If you don't know the nuance, none of that's helping you. So whenever we say fair enough, let's look at 3 contexts when we say it, and you decide what the meaning is, okay? So let's look at one with work, friend, and a stranger. Here's an example for the first one. Okay, fair enough. Let's move on. Fair enough. Let's move on. Here's one with a friend. Yeah, fair enough. I get it. Yeah, fair enough. I get it. And here's one with a stranger. Fair enough. I'll think about it. Fair enough. I'll think about it. Say those with me. Fair enough. Let's move on. Yeah, fair enough. I get it. Fair enough. I'll think about it. Say those. And how long did it take you to say it? 30 seconds. Now imagine doing one of those every single day. Just one phrase, right? So if you want to do 365 phrases like that plus more and have access to all of my best episodes and most of the stuff that is A+ gold from Fluency Academy and Fluency Lab, pronunciation and higher level speaking things and missions and challenges, you need to go ahead and jump in the Kill Your Bad English toolkit. Everything's explained there. It's demonstrated in practice in just 2 minutes. Go ahead and subscribe to the Daily English Private Podcast. You're going to get your phrase, your 2 minutes, and confidence that moves you forward. All right, so it's not fluency here. It's just confidence without translation. It's whenever you speak automatically and you choose shorter, smarter words, and you stop sounding like you're a student. You don't pause before answering. You sound like you belong in the conversation, and you stop shrinking. Okay, that's a whole breakthrough. And it happens slowly, okay? This is like slow English is what I like to call it. Sometimes things happen slow, although you are moving quite fast because it's only 2 minutes a day. I guess it's the best of both worlds. Okay, here are a couple more strategies to get you out of that B1, B2. Collocation stacking, tension phrases, and shortcut verbs. I'm not going to break them all down here. We just don't really have time. So because this episode isn't really like meant to do that, right? I just wanted you to wake up to it, I suppose you can call it. That's it. You can get started today. If this episode hit you, share it with someone who's stuck at B1, B2 and doesn't know why. Kill your bad English before it kills your confidence. I'm Ashley Rome from Paradigm English. I'll see you next time. When next week we're talking about the fluency switch. One habit that makes you sound instantly more natural.